Alright, what is up guys? Relic StarCraft here, bringing you guys another StarCraft 2 1v1 cast. And we have the game 2 between these two players, which is liquidJinro and Adel. And game 1 was pretty good, so we'll see how this one is. This one's on Antigua Shipyards. Pretty good map for this this matchup. Really easy to establish 3 bases for both the Protoss and the Terrans. So we'll see if they decide to take advantage of that and go for a macro game, or what happens. So yeah, I do really like liquidJinro. I think he's a really good player, and I'm pretty excited to see how he improves throughout the this year, because he has gotten so much better since his since the beginning of 2010, and I mean it's been crazy really how much he has improved. And I feel like he's one of those players that if he breaks out of his little box, he will be up there with MVP and all those other guys. So we'll see how he does this season. So all very normal so far. I mean, there's really not a whole lot Protoss can do to really mix things up. I mean, let's see what Jinro does. Terran does have a lot of things they can kind of throw at the Protoss. That's why it's kind of, Protoss is always on the back foot most of the time when it comes to Terran, up until they get around maybe 2 Colossus. I really feel like Protoss is really strictly defensive. I mean, there are, you know, subtle timings where you might be able to make something work, but it's, you know, it's a pretty small window until you get those 2 Colossus where you could really make something happen. And that's really 6 gate, 4 gate, or something along those lines, some kind of Phoenix play. So it looks like same build as last game. The command center before that second supply depot kind of delays that second Marine a bit. Doesn't really matter though, because you get that expansion up so fast that really any delays is pretty much instantly made up for. And we got a quick expansion going down from Adel. Yep. And I don't think Jinro actually knows that, but I don't think it's going to be a huge surprise to him. So yeah, I think he'll just play out it all normal, very normal, putting down that bunker to get rid of any potential stalker pressure, which is always a pain in the butt when all you have is Marines, because as you guys, I'm sure you know that stalkers do outrange and are faster than Marines. So it's pretty easy to micro the stalker back and essentially stutter step the Marines to where the stalker really takes no damage and is just shooting away happily at the Marines. And you just kind of do that until you run out of shields, and once he takes preferably no hull damage, right when the last bit of shield is gone, you just kind of run him on home, or just run him back a little, let him regen his shields, and go back in and do it again. But that bunker completely negates that, because it does add that +1 range to the Marines, which makes them equal with the Stalkers. So we got 3 gate after the expand coming down for Adel, getting those sentries up so they can start getting some energy, and kind of suiciding this Zealot. Really, he does see the third. Oh wow, third command center. That is very weird. It's pretty I wouldn't say common in ZVT, but you know, much more prominent than in TVP. You almost never see this quick third in TVP. I think it's smart, but since Adel saw it, I don't know how good it's really going to be, because it's just so vulnerable to a 6 gate. And that, yeah, there's a 6 gate. So that's really what's going to happen. I feel like Jinro's just going to outright die. He's not going to have enough to hold the 6 gate. I mean, you got to think that's a lot of minerals that he put into this expansion. So I mean, you know, 6 or 550. Wow, my math is horrible. But yeah, 550 just for that. And I mean, he could have these 3 barracks up long ago and be much more steady in terms of his army. And he's having to put down these 3 bunkers because he knows he got scouted and he knows what the consequences of that are. So was it worth it to get this third command center? I really don't think so. Because, I mean, what does it allow you to do? It allows you for extra mules and extra SCV production. But if he's going to have to pull all these SCVs to repair, and probably lose a good number of them, yes, and that's smart. Not to just let them sit there. But, I mean, really, any advantage he has is now just ticking away as he's letting these SCVs sit here. I don't know why he keeps pulling these. Should not be doing that. Here he goes. He keeps realizing his mistake. Alright, and here we go. Wisely running those Marines back behind the bunker. Gonna lose the supply depot for sure. Maybe a second one. Sentry's in front, so that's a little unfortunate for Adel, but he pulls on back before they take too much damage. They are in the yellow, though. So, I mean, he's not even producing off of this at this point. I really think that was a mistake. I mean, really, Terran is already in such a great position early game anyway. I feel like there's no reason for that command center. I mean, it's great if you can get it up and keep it, but a good Protoss is not going to let you do that. They've got too many aggressive builds for that to be effective, especially when he scouts it. And I think Jinro knew that, but I think it's just no way that he's going to hold it off. I mean, he can have 5 bunkers down, but the problem is he's not going to have enough units to fill them. So, yeah, I really think this is it. This is it for Jinro. Kind of an unfortunate loss after such a good win in the first game, but it happens. And I feel like it was a good idea from Jinro, just unfortunately scouted. I feel like he maybe should have made a little more effort not to let the Zealot in. I don't really know what more he could have done, but you know, if you're gonna go for a build like that, you gotta kind of think things out like that. I mean, this is exactly why. I mean, if you look at the units tab, I mean, look at the army. I mean, look at that. That is crazy at this stage of the game. I mean, 17 to 28. That is crazy. I feel like Adel could just waltz right up in here. Maybe he's just waiting for next warp in. There he goes. All the sentries did die, so that's a little unfortunate. There's this. That's it. It is over. 1 Zealot being warped in. Should probably take at least 1 more gas so he can sustain the sentries. I feel like he could really benefit from getting a couple, or no, I'm sorry, so he could get the stalkers, but I feel like he could benefit from getting some sentries. But at this point, who cares? He won. Really, I mean, what did this do? Really, it really killed him is what it did. And that is it. And there's the additional warp in of units, bunch of Zealots. And I don't know what Jinro's doing. At this point, even if he does hold it off, he's going to have no... There he goes with the GG. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.